In the heart of a small, nondescript town, there lived a young girl named Emily. It was a chilly autumn evening. The leaves rustled, the wind whispered, and Emily found herself alone in her family's centuries-old house. The ancient timbers creaked and groaned, casting long, eerie shadows that danced in the flickering candlelight. As the night drew in, Emily felt a chill that had nothing to do with the weather. A faint scratching noise echoed from the walls, just loud enough to be heard over the wind's mournful sighs. It was a sound that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. The hairs on the back of Emily's neck stood on end. She listened, her heart pounding in her chest, but the noise had stopped as suddenly as it had started. As the minutes turned into hours, the whispers began. They were faint, like the remnants of a long-forgotten conversation, and Emily strained to make out the words. But they were just out of reach, a frustrating puzzle that refused to be solved. Then, when the clock struck midnight, Emily saw it, a ghostly apparition in the attic. A figure, translucent and shimmering, emerged from the shadows. It was a sight that would freeze the blood in anyone's veins, but Emily held her ground, her grandmother's advice echoing in her ears. Summoning all her courage, Emily confronted the ghost. She spoke with a strength she didn't know she possessed, her words ringing out in the silence. She demanded the spirit to leave, to return to the realm from which it came. To her surprise and relief, the ghostly figure began to fade, its form growing less and less substantial until it vanished entirely. Emily's night of terror had come to an end. She had faced her fear, stood her ground, and banished the ghost from her home. The house seemed less ominous now, the shadows less threatening. Emily knew she would sleep soundly that night, secure in the knowledge that she had faced the unknown and emerged victorious. So it was on a chilly autumn evening, Emily proved her bravery. She showed that courage isn't about not being afraid, but about facing your fears head-on, and in doing so she rid her home of its spectral inhabitant. It was a night she would never forget, a night of whispers, apparitions, and unyielding courage. This is the story of Emily, the girl who faced a ghost and won.